Hey there crewmates, how's it going? It's MiffedCrew here. Today we are going to be looking at how do I add myself into an animation. This is actually going to be a two-part series. So this is part one of the series where we cover how exactly to set it up. So like how to set up the green screen, which is what we're going to be needing as a main part in order to put ourselves in a video. The lighting, which is also going to be the biggest part actually, believe it or not. And maybe a bit of cameras perhaps, it could even be a phone, but we'll cover all this as we go on in the video. And in part two of this series, we are going to be looking at how to actually add ourselves into the animation using this setup through using effects in video editing. So basically how it works is that it takes a specific color and it gets rid of it completely. Which is why I have this green screen right here, because it is nothing but green, and I have green as my background when I am chroma keying. So this in effect allows me to have no background at all. So because I got rid of the green background, I then add the animation that I have made as my background, and I use that as an illusion of me being in the animation, when in reality all it is just a background, if that makes sense. Also, like to quickly mention that, apologies if you hear me a lot of pings over there. That's actually my exports pinging around. I don't know why one of the studio lights that is lighting me up right now is actually making the exports go on and off. I don't know why, but there you go then. You're going to need a fixed camera angle. It doesn't have to be like an advanced, high quality movie standards camera. It can even be something as simple as your phone here. Of course, the better quality camera, the less blurry you're going to be. And make sure that the green screen is fitting in as much as the camera angle as much as possible, and that it can also see you clearly as well, so that the green screen can be seen clearly and so can you. So however, as someone who's actually still trying to figure it out myself here, it might be that the better quality camera, the easier it is to actually use the green screen, but that's just a theory though. Ignore that for now because I cannot be 100% sure. Now this brings us onto the lighting here. The objective of doing a successful green screen is not only having the green screen behind you as well as a fixed camera angle, but also making sure that it's well lit as well. So the objective of this is to get you well lit and get the green screen well lit as well, making sure that the green is as even as it possibly can be. Now your typical way of achieving this here is by actually getting two studio lights lighting up the green screen, as well as one light in front of you to light you up here. Look, I tried all that. I have two studio lights pointed towards me. I have a desk lamp right here on the desk behind my monitor. I still struggle even to this day to light it up here, so I honestly don't know what the right way is here. Assuming that you don't have studio lights and all that here, I'd say just see what lights you can find around the house, or anyone else that you might know that you can maybe borrow some lights from, and light the green screen up as much as possible, as well as yourself as much as possible as well. Otherwise, I'd say, and this is actually the best thing you can do here, is see if you have a room that has a lot of daylight coming in. If you have some good weather outside here and you have a good room that can cast a lot of light through the window onto you and the green screen, then that's actually the best way to be, because all you got to do then is just sit in front of the camera with your green screen behind you, and then the daylight should take care of the rest here. Of course that will require some time organization here, but I think it would be very worth it if it works that well. And this isn't something to underestimate here. I remember one of the best green screen results that I have gotten is when I actually tried to bring it to a room that was casting a lot of daylight, and I think that was actually the best green screen result that I've ever gotten here. So yeah, do not underestimate that here. This can even beat studio lights from my experience. Now we are going to be covering some of the issues that you may face along the way here when trying to set up a green screen effectively here. I want to quickly say that when it comes to setting up a green screen, please do not expect to get it perfect right away here. I'm still trying to discover it out myself here. I'm still learning a lot. I still got a lot to learn, but you know what? It's a journey and it should be taken on. Now I want to start up with going back to the first ever time I tried to do a green screen setup, which is when I was just using what was around here really. Like I got this green cloth as a present basically because I really wanted to do green screening. However, that didn't really work too well because I found out that green cloths can easily get creased. When it's creased, it causes it to be uneven. making it a lot harder to do an effective job at a green screen here. A lot of people say just iron it. If you can iron and do a good job of it, then it shouldn't be much of a problem for you if you're willing to take it on. Otherwise, it was a problem for me at least. I mean, I'm not very good at ironing. I have severe dyspraxia war, so that really doesn't help for even know how to iron. And I really suck at organisation as well. So what I did to fix it in the end here is that I actually went to a YouTube workshop that I got invited to here. I met Elgato, and they actually gave me their green screen. And basically what the Elgato green screen does is that it's basically made out of this material that never gets creased, so I never had to worry about it. And I must say, I've had it for around a year now, and it's going really well. I have no complaints here. If you're looking for a permanent location to have a green screen, like a studio, let's say, or just a room, then yeah, Elgato green screen, I can definitely recommend it. I couldn't be more grateful. Thank you, Elgato. That really means a lot here, and it's really helped me out a lot. But even though I actually got a good green screen now, I think the biggest issue for me, all in all, when it comes to the doing a good green screen setup is actually the lighting here, because I think I mentioned this earlier, but yeah, like I said, I have two studio lights pointing at me as well as a desk light, and I still struggle a lot to get the green screen lit. The only thing I can say is to just get them at an even length, so that the lighting that's even from both sides as much as possible here, and also try and get it to the side of the green screen as much as possible, but still lighting the green screen, because if you were to do it, if you were to position the lights from the side of the green screen as much as possible here, then it'd be a lot harder to cast shadows here. I actually learnt at a YouTube workshop that you should actually use the studio lights. You should have quite a bit of distance between you and the green screen, so that the studio lights will light up the green screen itself here, and there will be an entire light dedicated to you, so that you're perfectly lit as well. That's how you do it. That's how I got taught, though I really struggle with that because I have a very small amount of space. No, that is literally what I did in the end, is just a lot of trial and error. But yeah, that is basically how we set up a green screen part 1. Now that we have it all set up here, and hopefully give you crewmates a good idea, we will then go to jump into part 2 in the next part of the series here. I had to actually give the illusion of you being in a different environment here. So yeah, might I just say also of what a big old toy the green screen can be otherwise if it doesn't work out too well. I mean, right here we have me doing a green screen, and I was like, what happens if we pull down the green screen while it's while it's doing its thing here? And it honestly looks like there's a giant poster of that picture that I could just pull up and down. I had a lot of fun with it here. And also, even if you can't do the greatest job of at a green screen, then there still might be some things you can do with it here. Like, for example, we got me doing this gameplay right here. In reality, the lighting isn't the greatest here, but because it's from a little bit of a distance away, it's like it really doesn't stand out. So yeah, just play around a little bit, see what works best. But either way, that's pretty much all for now, crewmates. Thank you for watching. It's MiffedCrew here, and I'll be back with more videos coming soon. Goodbye, crewmates.